I want to let it be known. I was playing Street Fighter before this. I went 1-2 against a Ryu, and I'm so sad right now. But I'm not gonna lie, I played the best I could. Either way, I'm still up technically. Good morning. I went to the gym again. I went to the gym twice today. Because I went at shit o'clock last night, and I went or like just now. So I got my 2 workouts in for the day, and I'm chilling. We back. We're so back. Do you deadlock? I ended up just sleeping. I was way too tired. I went to the gym, came back. I was like, all right, whatever, GG, and then I went to bed. I woke up like 4 hours later, and I was like, all right, I'll go to the gym. So I went twice. Nice. Just came back from Spider-Man. Awesome. I also got coffee because I was like, I kind of need it. I'm honestly like kind of like weirdly caffeine overload right now because I also had a Red Bull before my workout. I had a Red Bull because I was like, I kind of need the caffeine right now to get up. And then I just got another coffee and I was like, Yeah. So it's morning. Is the gym open 24 hours? Yes. Gym is open 24 hours. Thank God it is. Yeah. I don't know. I feel it in my bones, man. I just want to play Street Fighter, man. I'm so I don't know how else to explain it other than like I just have the drive to play fighting games right now. The drive impact? No, fun fact, I had to unbind my drive impact. I unbound my drive impact because how much I was hitting it like in neutral, and I was like, this can't keep happening. So I had to unbind it so I could get rid of the habit. So now I have to do if I ever want to counter DI, I have to put the manual input no matter what. I am like legally not allowed to DI. It has cost me too many games, and I've like, all right, we can't, this can't be happening anymore. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. I just gotta live. Yeah, Street Fighter is really fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot more than I never thought I would have this much drive to play a fighting game since like Tekken. Low key though, I'm kind of contemplating also learning a bit of 2xKO. If 2xKO picks up a little bit more again, I think I will. Tokon, I'm like half on until they come out with like the revamped game or whatever, or like the revamped system. Because I know a lot of people in the beta were talking about it and they were like, it's not great. So I'm waiting on that, and then maybe I'll try out some more. Maybe I'll try Tokon after. But I don't know, like the fighting game itch has been so fun. The fighting game, I think it's mostly just because it's like, what is it? What's the right word? I'm like, I think it's nice to play a game where it is so like self-skill based, you know? There's the Avatar game too. I forgot about that. I've thought about playing it. How is it compared to Tekken? I mean, they're two very different games, but I think it's just like, I like the aspect of like the, 1v1 type shit. But also it is like the most elaborate game of rock, paper, scissors you'll ever play. I think that's the best way to put it. I think Street Fighter is literally just how well can you play rock, paper, scissors, and did you guess right? Oh, guess what? You got mixed, idiot, and then you take it and go. I think that is like the so 95% of the fighting game experience is, am I gonna get mixed? All right. Did I guess right? No. All right, GG. Did I guess right? No. Take the throw. Are they gonna throw again? Some of the animations in the Avatar fighting game are so goofy. Isn't Sokka's like installed fucking him getting a kiss and then he goes into like fucking like what is it, like lovey-dovey stance or whatever the fuck? I think he's kind of crazy, no? And he does the worm. What? Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat? I'm not the biggest on Mortal Kombat, if I'm being so honest. I think Mortal Kombat is not my cup of tea. But I don't know. I think Street Fighter I'm just enjoying a lot. It is fun. I've yet to see too much. I'm gonna be honest. The only thing I know about the Avatar game is me just watching Diaphone. The only thing I know thus far is just watching Diaphone streams and saying, all right, cool. I think it's kind of, you know, there's stuff that I think there is like cool tech in the game. I just don't know if it's for me. You know, you're gonna watch the Street Fighter movie when it comes out. I'm thinking about it. You know, honest to God, if the other Street Fighter guys wants to watch it, I'll go with them. But I'm not like crazy invested in it, to be honest. I think I'm also, what is it? I think the draw itself is if you are really invested into like classic Street Fighter, which frankly, I mean, kind of, but at the same time, I'm not like super, you know, I think I like it more for the game itself rather than like the actual IP versus the people who are going to watch it solely for like the cast, right? Like, cause it's a lot of popular actors, but also I am not necessarily the biggest like movie guy when it comes to watching it for like an actor, right? I think for me, I'm very much so like, oh, do I like the concept of a movie? Do I like the idea of a movie? Is it like the genre that I like? You know what I mean? So more often than not, I don't really go out of my way for something unless the concept itself truly interests me. And even then, I'm not super sold on a Street Fighter movie per se. I think also the last, what was it? Like the last live action they did like years ago, that also is like, all right, well, what's going to happen now, you know? Do you care about directors? I think I only care about directors sometimes. I only really care about some directors. Like I would care about like Wes Anderson movies, you know what I mean? But more often than not, I don't really care all that much, so to speak. It really does depend. It really does depend. What about screenplay? Yes and no. I think it has to be good though. I think it has to be like I don't know. It's like what? My only thought is like Wes Anderson, Steven Spielberg, James Cameron, Christopher Nolan. Do I care that much about J.J. Abrams movies? I don't know. I'm like half-half. I'm like very half-half. I'm so neutral about a lot of things. I fuck with Wes Anderson. What's your favorite of his? I don't really know. I don't know if I have like a favorite per se. I still want. I don't. Did I ever watch I Love Dogs? That was like on my watch list, but I don't know if I ended up actually watching it at some point in time. I did watch. I did rewatch recently. Grand Budapest Hotel. I enjoyed that. God, what's another? Let me think. I think those are what was it? I know people enjoyed what was it? Fantastic Mr. Fox. That was also pretty good. Have you watched The Odyssey? No. Odyssey, dude, The Odyssey like just came out. I haven't had the chance to like I don't know. Going to the theaters is kind of tough. Odyssey's bringing bang. Is it really that good? Is it truly that good? Has Christopher Nolan really done it again? Do you log your watch movies? No, I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty bad about tracking my movies, to be honest, because I just watch whatever and I'm like, oh cool, I like that, or cool, I remember that. Letterboxd guy couldn't be me. I'm kind of shit when it comes to even tracking my like manga that I read. Would you prefer to go to the theater or watch the movie on streaming at home though? I like the theater. I think the thing is I enjoy the theater specifically because it's like, you know, you sit down in a place designed to experience the movie the way that, you know, I would imagine directors kind of want you to experience, right? I think streaming in and of itself is, while it is very convenient, I do think it unfortunately detracts from the actual experience of watching a movie, right? You lose out, and I do think like there is a level at which you are watching a movie for the immersion of the movie. You're watching a movie to be like on a medium as the director's intent. I think doing it at home, especially on your fucking like PC monitor, you are not getting the full experience that I think you should be when watching a movie. And obviously there are caveats to that, right? Like not everyone has access to like movies. Not everyone has access to the ability to just go out whenever. Not everyone can do X, Y, or Z. You know what I mean? But I do think like if you're going to watch a movie, you might as well get the full experience, right? So I always like going to the theater. I think the theater is always like the place to be. Somehow the popcorn tastes different though, because they do the popcorn butter secret formula. It as secretive as the Declaration of Independence. I know you like Kamen Rider, but do you like other tokusatsu like kaiju films? I've been slowly watching more Godzilla movies recently, but I'm not like super big on it per se. I'm not like a kaiju knowledge buff, you know what I mean? But I've been enjoying it. Like I think I got really enticed by like Zero and Shin Godzilla and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, this is cool. So I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. With that said, would you try 40x? I don't know if I'm not sure if I'll do 40x, only because it's like, do I really want to pay that much of a premium for something that is like new versus like, you know, just regular movie theater experience? Are you gonna see the Chikao movie? I'm gonna see it soon with friends, but I'll talk about when I do end up watching it. I've yet to truly, I get to experience for myself what the fuck everyone is talking about with the reviews, you know? Let us know if the Chikao movie changed you. Dude. I'm like half. I mean, okay, you gotta remember, I am not a Chikawa buff, so to speak. You know what I mean? I am not particularly like a Chikawa enjoyer. I dabble. I dabble in the interest solely for my friends. I'm having my fucking Ike Fire Emblem, I fight for my friends type shit whenever there is a Chikawa thing, knowing full well that if they want the merch, I will happily be there in an effort to help them acquire said merch. I will fight the long fight for them. However, will I go out of a way for my own personal gain? Absolutely not, because it is simply just not in my periphery. That's why you're the GOAT, dude. Listen, if I'm there for my homies, I gotta be there, bruh. Magic 8 Ball, if you will. Have you seen the KFC Uma Musume collab? I have, and I can't believe they have a composed song specifically for this collab, man. Would you get any merch for yourself? Now, are we talking specifically about merch for myself related to Chikawa, or just merch for myself in general? I have merch of myself because obviously the company sends it to me. But I don't, well, actually, I do have a decent amount of fan merch. I have friends who go to a lot of the conventions and they hook me up with like a decent amount of stuff. So that's pretty much that. I meant Chikawa, sorry. I wouldn't get it for myself. I truly do not think I would get it for myself. I am very much so like, I will grab it for anyone who wants it. I feel that. Allergic camped out the Enfield pop-up 6 hours in advance for friends. I don't even know any characters in Arknights. Dude, honestly, I wish there's a Zenless event in Akiba right now, and I really want to go, but I was talking with Manethon about it, and like the tickets for that sold out so fucking fast. So I'm like, man, I wish I sniped it, but can't happen. Yeah, I wanted to go so bad though. Dude, like it's like a first come first served like ticket system, and like, dude, the second it opened, it was gone. I was like, god damn. Whew. I want to go to one nearest to me, but it's in LA. I don't know if that's well, I mean, is that not a close one? Question mark. Zenless events are so good. I will say this again. I don't know. You know, actually, I do think what was it? Even before Zenless came out, I was pretty hyped for the game to begin with. I'm still surprised I ended up just dropping the game so much from like all of the rest of like 1.3 all the way to like 2.6. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I think I just, well, in all fairness, I think this was on like my weird gacha cleanse, so to speak, where I was like, oh, I just don't want to play gachas anymore. But I mean, now it's like I feel so much more invested in Zenless again, just because of one, how fun the game is, and two, like I think it's fun. I think it's fun. The characters are goofy. A lot of the designs are really cool. The gameplay is pretty cool. Every character has like a very unique play style. The story so far has been great, especially with an update 3. I don't know why. Whatever they're doing with Zenless right now genuinely brought me back into the game so much. Cecilia unironically changed the game for me. Bro took a sabbatical. I went on my fucking gacha purge, man. I stopped playing Star Rail. I stopped playing Genshin. I quit Uma Musume for like a while, and I came back recently. When I moved, I ended up just playing more. Now I just play it on my iPad every once in a while. So I don't know. Woke Dog, Cecilia, thank you. I appreciate Woke Dog, man. Woke Dog saved my life. You detox and found balance. I think it's important to enjoy I don't know. I think it took me a bit to kind of like really step back and then realize what it is that I actually enjoy about certain things. And then now I'm committed to like playing the ones that I do enjoy. And anytime there are things that I just don't. There's a game still in pre-reg called Silver Palace. Been hyped to play this game so much. I've seen clips of it. It looks interesting. I will maybe try it, but I don't know if I'll like hard play it. to be honest. I think it does look kind of crazy though. You're part of why I got into Zenless. Hey, Hoyoverse! Ah! Do you hear me? Nah. Speaking of that, going to Hoyo Fest, gonna hunt for some woke dog fan merch, dude. I actually think Hoyo Fest sounds so interesting. I really do wish that I could be able to go. I really want to go to the Zenless Live though. The Zenless Lives look so cool. I think it was like in Shanghai or something. I don't remember. I'm going to Hoyo Fest tomorrow. I'm scared for the crowd even with the fast pass. Really? Hoyo Fest at my place sucks because of the scalper. I think scalping sucks. Don't ever buy from scalpers. I've learned my lesson. It's not worth it, man. I think listen. Sometimes you just need to accept. If you can't get it, just don't force yourself to go. I don't think it's ever don't indulge scalpers in letting them benefit from scummy practices. You know what I mean? Scalping is ew. Scalping is ew. I think more often than not, like, you should either just hope that you will get the opportunity in the future, or just, you know, just say it's all right. I don't gotta. Also, I gotta pee real quick. I will be right back. Hold up. God, I am so filled with liquid. I'm such a thirsty guy. I've had too much to drink. At least you're hydrated. I am, though. I am so hydrated, man. I am the machine that turns liquid into piss. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Anyway, scalpers suck. Reminds me of that plushie full of milk that will get slapped against the wall. I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember exactly. Thirsty little flower? No. They are not pissing on me. I am pissing. Your kidneys are working overtime. I mean, I drink a lot of water though. It's not having my chat GPT ass grammar. It's not just caffeine. I also drink a lot of water. How much water would you recommend for hypertrophy goals? I feel like it's getting in the way of my gains. Well, you should always be hydrated. I don't think like whether or not you're going for hypertrophy, you should always be hydrated no matter what. Obviously, not to the point where you're getting like water sickness, but definitely like enough per day, no matter what. Claude GPT, bro, they're gonna get sued if they do that. Me who don't drink often, I drink a lot of water. Y'all can't make the Claude GPT joke. His name is already Claude. That's true. That's true. If everyone's clear, you'll be a deer. Hydration. Hydration is key, boys. Hydration is key. We should all be hydrated. Understood. I just feel like I should be drinking more. I mean, that's up to you, man. Like I do recommend drinking more than you realistically think you need to, though. I do think that is like something to think about. Like you will inevitably reach a point where you'll always be drinking a little bit less than you actually think you need. Just get a little bit more. I am a water. When coworkers say Claude and it's not Clawmark, bro. I'm gonna be honest. That's like the one thing that kind of sucks when I talk to like some of my friends. I'm not gonna lie. some of my friends, like because I have some developer friends, like obviously I run into it all the fucking time. Tis the life. Tis the life. Honestly, what can I say, dude? My SEO is fucking shot. My SEO is shot. I just have to live with it. In some ways, maybe we play into Clawmark more, but who knows? Whenever I say Claudia, I do be thinking of you. But listen, it just means we gotta get my swag up. We gotta get my swag up. Get your money up, get your funny up, and boom, people will know me for at some point in time, I will defeat the $1 trillion company. Anthropic will have to Anthropic will have to throw me a fucking bone, man. We shall exclusively refer to you as Mr. Clawmark. What the fuck is this? The Matrix? Mr. Smith. We got a full name you on every time we refer to you. Honestly, that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. Like you can't like thinking about it this way, you ever search my name on Twitter, you will not find me ever unless you say the full name. I mean, it's true. Look, man, I don't think. Well, in all fairness, we probably should not be saying things about the $1 billion company. But you know what? It is what it is. Clawmark content creator. Clawmark content creator corporation. Clawmark content creation. Fuck. I can't think of more C words. Most of the tweets I see from Oomps call you wife, which is equally unsearchable. Yeah, see, that's the unfortunate part. I've unfortunately picked, or rather not even picked, I've more so co-opted a nickname that I now am unable to control to a certain degree. So now, whether or not people who know who I am is completely up in the air. I don't know. What is the next thing? We need to come up with a new thing now that I really think about it. Ooh. Claude is not Claude. Watch, at some point in time, we're changing names. Technically not allowed to do that, but you know, it would be really fucking funny. We're gonna have to use one of our censor names like Claude, dude. It's honest to God, it is the only other way that you'll ever get me to one, either know what the fuck is up, or two, even try to reach that point, you know? It would be so funny and confusing for everyone. At some point, like we can't obfuscate any more than I already am, to be honest. I do think there is a level at which I am like making it way too hard for people to find out what the fuck is going on. Clog. I think fandom tends to minimize SEO for live names though for general tweets. Really? Dude. That's what tags are for. Also true. Also true. Clork? What the fuck? Clork reminds me of stork. Actually, wait, what's that one bird? Do you guys know? Okay, do you guys know that one bird that like gives just like a fucking straight death glare like directly into the camera? I think about that. I know it's not a stork, but I do think about him sometimes. Just me and my evil menacing bird. Shoebill? I think it might be. Yes, me and my evil menacing bird. I didn't even know it was called the shoebill though. This thing looks, dude, this thing looks fucking insane. It is a stork! Oh shit, never mind, I was right. Oh my god. The shoebill, also known as the whale-headed stork, whale-bill, and shoe-billed stork. Oh shit, it is. Okay. Okay. They sound like a gun? What? Hold on. I gotta look this shit up. I gotta listen to this. Hold on. Shoebill sound. Okay. What the fuck? It sounds like wood. Like it sounds like knocking on wood. Oh my god. Okay, that is like, if I didn't know any better, it sounds like someone like, you know, like someone took like a sheet of plywood and just started banging on it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't call it like a gun per se, but it definitely sounds like plywood. I think obviously I think if I were to see one in person and hear it in person, depending on the volume, I would be like, okay, that does sound like a gun, but I don't know. Outclaw final form. Can you imagine what is like the evolutionary tree of like different birds? I haven't thought about this until recently. Or actually, I haven't thought about it, period. This is the sound of nature hitting a 2x4 with your fist. Well, I don't know who's punching that fast on a 2x4. That's all I'm saying. Because these clicks are kind of fast, man. You better be throwing fucking bullet punches. They're descendants of a dinosaur? I don't know. You know, I think of the 13. Also, Willie Hamper, I think of the 24. Forgot about that. Sorry. Vom, think of the 26. A tit bird, pigeon, hawk, eagle, then stork. I don't know. Does it just get progressively bigger? At some point in time, it just becomes a fucking goddamn pterodactyl. I mean, aren't all birds? Also true. Also true. Mm-mm-mm. In ostrich, we're a Pokemon now, dude. Evolution, man, evolution. I think people, once again, you are free to decide what bird. Mm-mm. I like vultures. I don't what the fuck was the Pokemon? There was in like Gen 5. I don't remember what it was. Crows are a menace. A murder is just attacking random neighborhoods here. Damn. Our hot dog membership badge also kind of evolves. It is true. Mandibuzz. It is Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz. That's the one. God, I'm just thinking about Gen 5 Pokemon now. Gen 5 Pokemon. I don't know. I like Gen 5. I think Black and White was probably one of the better games, to be honest. Vullaby. Gen 6 thoughts? Which one was Gen 6? I don't know. Which one was Gen 6 again? Even I don't remember. I feel like I need to pull up the national dex at this point. What was Gen 6? X and Y? Froakie, Chespin, Fennekin? Okay, fun fact, I didn't play that. I never ended up playing Sun and Moon. Or like the original at least. I played Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, but I didn't play the original Sun and Moon. So actually, I don't know jack shit about Gen 6. Like, I played, what is it? I mean, I did play I played Gen 7. But I didn't play Gen 6. Yeah. What was it? I'm just trying to remember. I didn't. So I played Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I never ended up playing Gen 8. I believe I didn't play Sword and Shield. That was another one I didn't end up doing because I never played what was the gen specifically with Gigantamax. And then we played Scarlet Violet on stream. Yeah. Will I play 10? Maybe, but we'll see. Gen 6 was my first game. Don't say that. Whoa. Don't say that. Relax, man. Relax. My first one was Gen 3, man. I can't. Don't say that. Our bones, no. Gen 3 remake. I never got around to actually playing Oras, to be honest. I still love the hunt for Zoroa. I love skipping parts of the game that I'm not supposed to, only to get a Zora. My first was Gen 2, but 5 is my fave. I think my favorite will probably always be 5. But I do have some. I don't know. I still have favorites from like Gen 3. Like I think one of my I love Tyranitar. Tyranitar. The start like unironically, Skeptile, Blaziken, Swampert is peak starter. My first was Gen 7. Don't fucking say that to me. Aggron, fucking. I don't know. Gen 3 has a lot of like really good designs actually. I like all the Reggies. Metagross is really cool. I didn't care too much. Ironically enough, okay, this might sound crazy. I'm not the biggest on like Flygon and Scalamance. I kind of think they're kind of whatever. But I do like Trapinch specifically. Trapinch and Bagon, I think hold like a special place for me. Oh, everyone gives me so much shit for this. I think Deoxys is kind of awesome. Everyone calls a defense form Deoxys ugly, but I think he's kind of awesome. I really want, there's like this specific like defense form Deoxys plush that like it like drapes over your like shoulders. It's supposed to be like a hugging plush type thing. I think defense form Deoxys is so awesome. I've seen so many like JP memes of him just like getting put in like random places. I'm a Jirachi sucker, bro. I don't think you should be sucking Jirachi. Can you imagine just like just like a child gnawing at the top of like a Jirachi's head? Why would you say that? Should have worded it better, buddy. Should have worded it better. Dude, that Pokemon movie about Deoxys and Rayquaza fighting is still epic for me. Dude, that movie's kind of awesome, though. I think that movie's kind of fucking awesome. Tastes like Tanabata. What's your favorite Pokemon movie? I feel like I gotta go down the list. Because at this point in time, there's too fucking many. There's genuinely too fucking many. I'm like trying to think. Ironically enough, I think okay. Lucario, the Lucario movie was pretty good. I think Temple of Sea was also pretty awesome. I think everyone fucks with the one with Entei. I think that was like the third one or something. Okay. The Darkrai one is also really good. The Darkrai one is also really good. But I think like if we're talking about like my favorite, I'm gonna be honest. I think it does have to be Lucario. I think the Lucario one is pretty awesome. Like specifically, I think the Lucario one is so sad, but also I think it's kind of awesome that they also show the Regis in that one. Lucario and the Mystery Mute, yes. Okay. I'm a speaking of which, I think I'm a sucker for the Regis, man. I think the Regis, the original Regis and Regigigas are probably one of the funniest fucking Pokemon out there, but also I think conceptually really cool. I think Regigigas slow start. Oh my god. Okay. I think you guys all need to remember the era specifically of slow start Regigigas with Alolan Weezing. This shit was a menace. Because not Alolan, Galarian, that's one. Specifically because when you neutralize slow start, you then have what would essentially be a turn one Regigigas who would fucking literally punch a hole through someone's chest. Unbind my chains. It's fucking crazy, dude. Yeah, this might also just be because like I followed it's funny because I never really played too much of specifically what was it? I didn't play too much of, what is it? I don't play the games itself, but I do play a lot of competitive. I don't play as much anymore, but I do. I honest to God, like I do want to get into Pokemon Champions, but I just haven't had the time to like sit down and like study. It's been a bit. But Champions I think has been pretty cool conceptually. I kind of want to I'm gonna be honest, I'm like strict of like, oh, no games on my phone policy, you know what I mean? But I do want to, you know, I do want to download Champions on my phone and just play that every once in a while, you know. Did you play Showdown? I play a lot of Showdown actually. Have you seen Reggie Alecki and Draco? Yes, but I struggled to find teams that they fit on. Alecki I think fits if I want like a really fast starter, but I don't typically run it. Maybe in your iPad. My iPad, I'm gonna be honest, the only thing on my iPad is Umumusume and like my personal stuff. And even then, I'm not gonna lie, keep in mind, my iPad is a 64 gig iPad mini. There, I have 0 space and Umumusume takes up maybe like 50% of it right now. Did you ever download Pokemon Sleep? I think I did for like a day, but I never ended up doing it. Are you getting a Summer Saiyan Skyrim Megiddo Bright? No, actually. 64 gig iPad. Keep in mind, I got this iPad like for like omega cheap off like Amazon one time because it was on sale. It is nice though, I will admit. It really helps out when I need to just have like stuff on a music stand and stuff like that. Love the mini. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably not. I don't see myself upgrading or getting another tablet, to be honest. Like, I think it's fine. I have contemplated getting like a bigger one only because I kind of want to use it as like a secondary monitor almost. But I'm also like, do I really want to spend like $500 or 500, 600 bucks on like what is quite literally just a second monitor? Not really. I don't know. You use it for Umumusume, respect. I think, listen, man, you gotta put your priorities on the line. Brand recommendation for pad? I don't have any brands that I can necessarily say. I bought the Air and Mini. They're both nice to switch out throughout the day. I don't well, that's the other thing though. I try not to. I think I don't particularly use that many devices beyond like my phone when I'm just out and about sometimes, and even then, I think right now I'm contemplating like turning this iPad into just like an ebook reader more than anything. So I'll probably I'm like considering just loading up like a bunch of books on this thing and then just using it that way. Are you gonna get the double whammy in KFC with AOD and Umumusume? If I can. That's what I'm contemplating right now. Buy a new phone or buy a new monitor for my PC. My phone is 5 years old at this year. Okay, okay. Keep in mind, I didn't upgrade my phone until it was like 5 years. For reference, the last phone that I had was a Samsung Galaxy S10. And I had that from like, I believe like 2018, 2019, all the way until 2024. And I didn't get, this is like my ironically enough, this is like the first phone that I've like bought on my own by myself. That wasn't like a hand-me-down because I got even then I got the S10 as like a hand-me-down from my dad. So I use an iPhone 15 Pro. This thing was like the first phone that I bought for myself, and now it's like I really don't see myself ever really buying another one until like it truly dies out. I do need to replace the battery in this thing because it's been like 2 years, but I would say like the 5 year mark is a pretty good point in time to upgrade. But also, obviously, it depends on how much you actually use your phone, right? If you really don't use your phone all that much and it really truly isn't that important to you, I don't really see the need to really upgrade it unless it is like slowing down to a point where it's like borderline unusable. That's a different story entirely, right? But if you truly feel like I do think the quality of life is nice. Would you buy the Fold or Flip? I don't know if I'd buy the Fold or Flip. I'm gonna be honest. I know some people who have like the Samsung Fold, or not the Fold. I think it's like it is a Flip essentially. It's like the one that's like half screen. I know my one friend really likes it. I am not the biggest person on the Folds, to be honest, but I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. See, I say that, and then I look at like my drive to get controllers. You know what I mean? Now, but I mean, also, I think I'm just fighting game pilled right now. I think I'm just fighting game pills. That's why I keep thinking about like leverless controllers and stuff like that. Yeah. I also started I opened up my snack box and because I have a bunch of Zenless stickers actually. So when I went to Sushido that one time during the Zenless collab, I ate like I want to say like 5 to 6 cakes because the only way to get the sticker was to eat cake. And I was like, fuck. And I had so much sugar that one time. So I have a shit ton of different stickers and I was like, I don't know what to do with these. So then I realized I could just put this in my controller. So now I have like the Haramasa sticker and like my Billy sticker in my controller. Why go leverless when you get a perfect substitute right here, your keyboard? I think it's ergonomically better. I'm gonna be honest. Like leverless, because the button positions are actually like for your hands to be properly positioned. I do think it helps out a lot actually. I struggle a lot with keyboard because obviously naturally my hands want to curve inward, so to speak. So it is kind of tough. I want to get a levelist for fighters, but I don't think my old hands can keep up. I don't think that's true. I think you forget that there are people who are like pushing 40 and still playing fighting games, man. I don't think anyone's too old to play fighting games. I mean, sure, you might be like slower reaction, so to speak, but I mean, you can simply just plan better, or you flowchart better, or you just mix better. You know what I mean? I think so long as you're coming into it with predictions rather than playing off reactions, I think you're fine. Kind of wish it was the same creme brulee at Sushido. That one's kind of fire. It was like a crepe cake. I think there was like a lemon something cake. It was like a lemon gelatin cake, and that was kind of whatever. But the crepe cake for the Zenless collab was actually really good. So I was like, oh shit. So I got 5 of those, and I was like, because it was frozen strawberries, crepe cake, and ice cream, and I got like 5 of those, and I was like, fuck. My phone is a Google Pixel. I have an old Pixel, but I only run that or I keep an old Pixel specifically for Graphene OS, which by the way is undergoing some shit, but yeah, I keep it as like a relatively like lockdown phone, so to speak. I have a bunch of like old spare phones in like the back in this case. Like I have there is my old Galaxy S10 that I still have. I keep an old iPhone SE that I was using for like iOS development stuff and testing. I keep a Google Pixel, I believe it's like an 8. That one is like my separate lockdown phone. And then I have my 15 Pro that I use. Like this is my daily driver. You didn't go with other people to help out? Well, I mean... I mean, okay, keep in mind, I went to the Zenless event by myself. Like, I shit you not. I went on like a random like Tuesday and like, I went by myself. Oh my God, actually, this is the funny part. So I like, the one thing is because I really enjoy Akiba a lot, but there was, I would end up going to like the main store or the main Sushido, and then I would scroll Twitter sometimes, and then eventually I see, ironically enough, it's like seeing sometimes there are like, you know, people who get sponsored to go, and then I'm like, wait a second, I recognize this place, or I recognize this person, because I was like, oh wait, I saw this person while I was there, and I was like, what the fuck? And then it's kind of crazy. It happens pretty often, I'm not gonna lie. Bro's like a cybersecurity agent or something. I mean, I did do security stuff for a little bit, but you still keep it. I like to keep old stuff in the event that something dies. Like if there is like an issue, I will always have a backup. You know what I mean? If one phone like magically implodes and I'm like, all right, well, at least I have this just in case, you know? In the event that like I really need iOS, like something iOS, then I just use like the old iPhone SE. Like I charge it, make sure it's okay. I have an old iPhone 4, but it won't turn on unless it's charging. I think that's different. Like if it's like so old where it's unusable, then it's like, okay, I don't know if I'll still keep that around, because at that point that's e-waste. But if it is just like a random, or like it is like maybe like 1 or 2 years old, then I'll still keep it and like maybe have it like charged and ready just in case, you know? Backups are important. Just legit had to hard reset my PC, rip my files. Keep backups of everything. Keep backups of everything. I don't, I'm not the biggest on like cloud storage, ironically enough. Ever since I switched to my own network storage, I keep everything locally now. But I do think there will always be, you can never be too careful when it comes to always having backups just in case. I currently have 3 phones available, but I mainly use the Pixel 10a. Do you actually like the 10a? I'm very curious. I still have my old RAM sticks, 16 gigs of pure gold nowadays. Me and Claude bro like have been like hoarding computers for a while. So there's a lot of, we keep a lot of different like extra systems at my parents' place. So we have a bunch of extra computers. Honest to God, if we strip those down for all the RAM, we would be fucking balling. I used to keep things mostly stored locally until my phone got stolen. Hey, that's tough. That's tough. I mean, but what's stored locally, but on your phone? I don't know. Actually, does Apple have, well, does iOS have like a remote device wipe? I actually don't even know. You and Claude bro are like Walter White and Jesse Pinkman of RAM. The Jesse Pinkman. I think it's fun, but sometimes gets hot while playing games. I think most modern phones, I think, are like crazy thermal throttle right now. Actually, like it is kind of crazy just how hot phones get now. Actually, it does kind of blow my mind a little bit. Not gonna lie. When you use a hard drive, then forget to bring it on the move. Ooh. Like I used to get back things up to my computer every so often instead of using iCloud. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't use iCloud like at all. I've also just every year now, I basically just put everything on a different drive and then I just delete everything on this phone. Like I don't have, again, like all my photos basically from 2025 are gone. Currently the only photos are on here are from January 1st. What is the oldest photo? Yeah, my oldest photo is deadass a photo of a magazine with Fortnite Bleach collab on it. That's pretty much it. No backup. I literally just said I back it up. I still have photos and videos from 2020 on my phone. 2020? Sorry, I said 2020 and then I just can't think. I can't. You know that kid that's like the kid who's like, "You're 20? You're 20? No one gotta know." Do you have a preferred hard drive? I mean, okay, so I ironically enough, in my NAS is like 2 really old Seagate drives, and then I keep 2 Western Digital drives in here. Yeah. I have photos from 2013. What the fuck? Wait, are you supposed to back up? I have photos from 2012. I got pictures from 2016. Yo. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, I don't like the idea of like having a lot of like my personal files in somewhere that it can be accessed online, if not on my own network. And 2, even then, do I truly need that much access to it? You know what I mean? realistically, do I need these photos? Probably not. So I just keep them on like a local storage at home. You know, so no reason for me to put it on like an online photo sync or anything like that. And even then, like I'll locally sync them no matter what. I'm using Drive since 2016, so every time I move to a new phone, I get photos from 2016 and be reminded I'm gonna delete these photos of exes. Yikes! Yikes! Yeah. I originally used the Pixel 4a, but then I bought a Pixel 10a. But after the 4a broke, I transferred the data. I feel like, you know, that's a lot of time in between using a 4a versus to a 10. That's not bad. I'd say it's pretty decent lifespan. Decent lifespan. I don't know. I think new has there been that many like leaps and bounds in tech recently? I don't know. I do think like the difference between like and I'll use iPhones for example. Like I think the difference between like the 15 and like the 17 at this current moment is not so large. What's the oh what's the I think right now we're hitting Moore's law more and more. You know what I mean? I think we're hitting a point where it is getting like extensively harder to what is it? We're not necessarily hitting Moore's law, but it's like I think we're hitting a point where it's getting we've slowed down to a point where I do think like the differences are so minimal. Sorry, I had to like remember the definition of Moore's law, but it's like now we're no longer at a pace where we're doubling per generation to where now I would want to say we're borderline plateauing. I don't know. Last upgrade was iPhone 12 to 17. It was only because the 12 battery was not holding up. Yeah. I don't know. I've yet to see. I think getting the battery replaced has been always good, but you know. I upgraded from a 10 to a 16. The difference in screen quality is insane. I do think once you experience 120 hertz screens, 120 hertz OLED screens, like it does kind of change the game, even though they eat battery like fucking crazy. Yeah, we're also the state of hardware worldwide is kind of in shambles. Yeah, like I don't know, man. Like I've yet to see in like the last like two generations, I'm gonna be so honest, like any sort of like crazy innovation at this point, which is kind of disappointing, but also like I don't know. Which I do think there is a level at which like I do wish the next generation of students and engineers, like I do want for there to be like more innovation. I want there to be just more things to do, and even with there being like some statute of limitation, like I do think like there just has to be something like new and exciting about tech again, because otherwise it's like, man, you can't just rehash the same thing over and over again. Did you see graphics cards are going back to 4 gigs? Exactly. Like I think going back to 4 gig VRAM cards, it's kind of sad. You know what I mean? That sucks. Which is why I'm like, man, I want there to be people who can do new and cool things, or at least bring about something different. You know, next general ChatGPT slop uni alumni might be cooked. I think so too. I'm gonna be honest. Which is why I'm sad about it. With the layoffs, I don't know, man. Yeah, that's the sad part. But though, also, I don't know. Like I've seen so many things about like everyone getting laid off, but then the rehiring because they realized like it clearly didn't fucking work. So who's to say? Who's to say? I do think some companies are in like better positions in this case. Like I do think there are some who have more potential than others solely because what is it? I don't want to say their talent acquisition is great, but I will say like there is some level of like decent retention. And maybe this is a very like, again, keep in mind, I'm saying this very blanket wise. I don't want to specify any companies and I don't want to specify anything per se, but I do think keep in mind, I've been very disconnected for some time. So please take what I'm saying with like a grain of salt. I very clearly am not the most informed when it comes to this right now. They're hearing a lot of contractors instead of full-time employment now. That one kind of sucks. I'm gonna be so honest. Like, I do think you should be more willing to have full-time employees, because otherwise, yeah, if you are stuck on contracts, it's like, man, you have no guarantee of like benefits. You have no guarantee of like insurance. It's tough. It is tough. I don't know. I just be talking. I'm gonna be honest. I just said a whole bunch of shit, but I feel like, dude, what the fuck was I talking about? I feel like we went from like, oh, I want to play fighting games, to birds, to Pokemon, to phones, to opinions on the tech industry. Sometimes I myself get lost in what the fuck I'm going. Like, where am I? Where am I? It's just how yapping goes. I don't know, bro. I just woke up like 20 minutes ago. Exactly. Like, tech is kind of your thing, so I like hearing it. I don't even think like I'm that big on tech anymore, to be honest. The Clawmark experience. The Clawmark experience can be go in many ways. Just associations and vibes. So true. So true. Bro, just be spitting. 4 bars, 4 seconds. Cinnamon, all men are friends. all I remember is we went from shoe bills to bird evolution. Dinosaurs. Bro, just talking just to talk. I mean, is that not, listen. Is that not what we do as me, who is a streamer who talks for pretty much like an hour every day, or most days, in the evenings or in the mornings for some people, just for you to get a fill of conversation, because at the end of the day, I am but a means of entertainment on your monitor. I'm here to just provide you with entertainment. Jowling to the 25 time for a quarter life crisis. You have the crisis for like a couple hours, and then we're back to normal. That was me last night. I had my crisis. All right, cool, and then I'm back to normal. Throwback to debut Clark, who would do 4 hours. Zatsu's man always loves the yapping. All right, man. I don't got. Well, actually, am I built different now? Have I fell off? I'm washed. Nyangyi, remember. I don't know, which I will. Okay, I think I've learned to be. Am I unk? I do think the part of me now is like, I just don't do longer streams anymore, or like I yap for longer anymore, only because one exhibit A. I think it's just because like I don't want to spill all my material in like one go. I think I'm now learning like, oh, I should retain some stuff that I can talk about later down the line, so that way I can at least be a little more interesting. 2, I am busier. Which is ironic though, because you'd think I'd be less busy when I'm working less jobs, so to speak. Because earlier when in debut, I was doing 4-hour streams, but I was also working 2-3 jobs. So I was like, oh fuck. Which is strange. 3, he don't have stories tomorrow. Kind of true. I think now it is like, oh, because I have basically told most of my life on stream, right? I do think there comes a point in time where it's like, I now need to go back to experiencing life again in order for me to have more things to tell, or to be able to relay in a way, or something that I've learned that I can impart on you as well, right? And 4, now that I'm also busier with in-person stuff more so than ever, it's like that has also taken over my life to a degree, right? So that's why I don't do longer streams anymore, or specifically like longer Zatsu streams, just because it's like, all right, well, I got shit to do. This is why we go out and touch grass for more comedy material. Exactly. We need more comedic material to work with. That's how it goes. How it goes. Ohayo. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ha! Ha! It's okay. The short glasses are my speed. I think, well, I don't know. TBA's shorter stream is more manageable as a viewer, though. I think so too, but also I'm a fiend who streams, or rather, I stream a lot and not a lot at the same time. Like I will either stream a lot within this like a span of a week, or I just don't stream at all for another week. You know what I mean? Which kind of sucks. It kind of sucks because you'd imagine that I'd want it to be a little more consistent, which I do. I'm just not very good at that. You know? Shorter streams means easier for VOD watchers to keep up. Yeah, I think so too. But it's I guess you can say you can call it a little more bite-sized. Little more bite-sized for the people, you know? Just an on and off person. Yeah. I don't know. Claude crumb of the day. Claude fun fact of the day. I don't really have any crazy fun fact right now, actually. Yeah, I got nothing actually. You're the short stories anthology version of streamers. I don't know how true that is. Ooh, acting like he didn't stream Zenless for 5 hours the other day. I think games are different though. Games are different. Cause like I do think I feel like Zatsus are like, oh, I need to have like a consistent stream of information of me saying stuff in order for it to be like interesting for the most part, versus like a video game that is like, okay, at least there's something else beyond what I am saying to keep the whatever jingling keys on the screen type shit engaging, you know? That's the way that I see it. Also, anyway, we gotta go. I'll see you guys later, because I might boot up another public stream after lunch to go play Deadlock or something else. I don't really know what, but I'm not sure what yet. Maybe some Street Fighter, because I am feeling